everybody. Welcome to Comic and Collectible Treasures, episode 19. Wow. I can't believe I'm at 19. I met 19 amazing friends from the community, and I'm hoping I keep going. Thank you for everybody who watches the replay and who's here always live, chilling with us and just geeking out. I have another great person here, another great friend, and I thank all of you guys for connecting us. And we found out we're big fans of the Dolphins, so I'm super happy to have this guy. Please follow this guy. Please sub up this guy. He's a great guy from the community, always shows love. Let's just welcome him in, Southpaw Brad. Boom!
What's going on?
Yeah, I love it.
That was one of the, we were talking about that. Like one of the cool things about you get into, we at least have one thing in common, and that's comics. And then, but then you start chatting or you see, like we figured out backstage how that connection came to light. And I was on a show and I was or you were watching my show or something. I don't remember exactly what episode or who I was, but I was wearing a Miami Dolphins hat. And you said fins up, and I caught it, and I was like, hey, how? So we were like trying to figure out the connection and everything. So it was awesome. So we at least have one thing in common, and then you start talking and branch out and realize like there's a lot of other connections.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of other connections going on. So that's fun. That's a lot of fun.
But first, thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing some of your stuff. You're going to show some of your treasures, which I'm super stoked about. So. Brad, I appreciate you. Thank you for chilling with me, brother.
It's my pleasure, man. I was so looking forward to this. So thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So everybody who doesn't know him, please sub him up. Another great guy from the community, and check out his show. He always does his new comic book shows, which is I'm pushing him to do it live all the time. So please follow him. He's very inviting and welcoming. And it's great stuff, dude. So keep it up, brother. Keep it up.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
All right, but before we get into it, let's say hi to the chat, see who's here to show you some love. All right. And who do we have here first? Q. I had her last week. What's up, girlie? Always a great time. I always tell her she makes me laugh when we check out her show because her laugh is just so uplifting. So
it's infectious. When I feel down, I can watch her and just like it just lifts my spirits.
Hell
and
yeah.
It's there. That's a gift. Everyone is not like that. Everyone doesn't. That's a superpower.
Yeah.
That's a superpower.
She is a superpower.
Awesome, Q.
A superhero. Whoa, what's up, brother?
What's up, buddy?
Oh, who else do we have? Phil.
What's up, Phil? How's it going, man? Southpaw Brad.
Yes.
Coined by Roscoe. Roscoe did that.
I love his voice. I always tell him it should be on the radio, and it should be like doing a podcast so we could just hear his voice.
Heck yeah, man. Very soothing.
Yes. Hey, Ragin Cajun's here. What's up?
What's up, Ragin Cajun?
Oh, we got the Zen, man. What's up, brother?
That's a future guest, correct?
Yeah, in 2 weeks. He's going to be chilling with me. I'm honored to have another brother right here. Yes. I always check out his games when he's playing. Yeah, he's in another level. I love the way he plays.
I'm not subbed up to him, so I will after the show. I'll check you out. Nice to meet you, Zen.
Yes. Oh, then we got Big John right here coming up. Oh, Big Daddy Ross.
What's going on, man?
Dude, he has a sick collection. We need to talk, Big Daddy. We need to get something going here. I love what he throws up there. Oh, Rudy. What's up, brother Rudy?
What's up, buddy?
Another great guy from the community, always showing love to everybody. Another SoCal brother right there for me.
Yeah, I was just about to say he's there's few chats you can go in and not see Rudy and Wong and those guys there supporting No Good Comics. Yeah, that's
there we go. Our AKA mayor right there, Lego master right there. No Good Justin.
What's up, Justin?
Check him out, dude. He's building Legos. He's getting into it, dude. I love it.
That's awesome.
So who else do we have? Oh, wait, what's up there? Oh, all right. We'll check it out. So, but that's cool. Yeah, Justin's getting into that. He is getting into that rabbit hole and going in there, man. It's crazy. But it's going to be dangerous. I told him pace himself because it's going to get crazy doing that. I have a couple Legos.
Yeah, I was going to say, you did, didn't you have like roses or something? That was really neat.
Yeah, I built those for my wife. She told me one year she loves tulips. She goes, "Don't buy me roses anymore for Valentine's. Give me the Legos." I go, "Okay." So I bought them. I built them. I just bought another vase and I put them out there. And on Valentine's Day, she saw them and she loved them. So
That's awesome.
yeah, so I was like, that's the thing I did. And then this year I gave her roses, so she really liked those. So it's a little different, and they never die, so that's a good thing.
Right. Yeah. Well, and it's cool to have a significant other who is into the same or similar things as you are.
Yes.
So if you collect things, they're all kind of, I see you guys enjoy Disney and stuff together, so that's awesome to just have that connection on that level. That's really cool.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, that's everybody right now. They usually jump in later on. So thank you for chilling with us and getting to know Brad a little bit better. Just in case the people on the replay catch you, Brad, just tell them where you're from and then what to look you up on YouTube, how they can follow you.
Yeah, sure. So I'm in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm an East Coaster, and I've been back into comics for probably about a year now. And I started out, I was using my business account. So I would pop into all these, YouTube channels, and it was I'm in real estate. So it was my real estate YouTube account that I was using. So people would see me, and I think they thought I was trying to solicit business or something because it was so once I knew I was going to go down this rabbit hole, I said, well, I need to separate that and do my own personal thing. So I'm left-handed. So I came up with Southpaw Brad. And so you can find me Southpaw Brad on YouTube and Southpaw Brad on Instagram. So
nice.
Yeah. So it's the same on both.
But definitely, guys, follow him on his YouTube, dude. If you want some great finds when he picks up his books, it's so entertaining. So follow this guy, give him some love. He always shows love to everybody in the community. So let's show some love back to him. All right, guys. So what I told you in the background about why I call it treasures is to see why you have connections to some of your collectibles. And you told me a little part of the story, which I totally loved, and it does hit the heart. And that's why I created this, just to get to know people and get to see this part. And you had my goosebumps coming because I love hearing that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we could talk about it again. I would love to, so everybody else can hear it. If you want to start with that one, would that be cool?
Sure. Yeah. So which part? Because I think I shared.
Yeah, we talk about how you got to the Dolphins part. Let's do the Dolphins.
Okay. All right. So that was our connection aside from comics. Was me and JD found out we were Dolphins fans. So what's up, Dave? And so the whole reason. So when I was a kid, I was in probably kindergarten or first grade, and my grandfather used to buy me Dolphins gear. So I had like the stocking hat with the fuzzy ball on top and like a jacket that I would wear to school, and I had a Dolphins belt with a dolphin belt buckle on it. Yeah, it was cool. So, but I was so young, I didn't really understand football, and I'm a big sports fan now, but I didn't really understand football. So when I got to high school, I started playing football in middle school. So when I got to that age where I was playing, I was like, all right, I need to kind of establish who my pro team is going to be. And so I said, well, I'm going to honor my grandfather and go back to my roots and pull for the Dolphins. So that's how a guy who grows up in South Carolina becomes a Miami Dolphins fan.
Nice.
So it's been an honor to be able. Now I don't know if my grandfather liked the Dolphins or if he just thought I would like them, or they were good at the time. So, but I think about it often. And I was telling you backstage, it's become generational now because I have two nephews who are now Dolphins fans. So yeah, so when I bought this shirt, I bought them each the same shirt. So we get together every Sunday, which I usually don't get to see this live because during football season, we're usually watching the games. So I enjoy doing that with them. So yeah, we've got that generational thing going. So I'd like to think my grandfather is looking down and smiling on us about that. That's really neat.
I love that. That's the same thing I have with my godson. I was a Dolphins fan, and just a quick show, this guy is the one that made me love the Dolphins. It's my Todd McFarlane. I just wanted to show that real quick.
That's awesome, man.
Our connection there. And I take him to games, and now he's a Dolphins fan. So when you said that, I was like, oh my God, that's another love right there.
Yeah, really hits close to home, man. It's cool when you can pass that down and still see you can still appreciate it too. So
yes,
you can. How old is he?
He is 22 now.
Okay, awesome. So when did he choose to adopt the Dolphins?
I think 10 is when he started telling me buy me Dolphin shirts, because I ended up taking him to the first game at my San Diego to watch his first game, and he loved the game.
That's awesome.
And then he was like fascinated, and then he would just come to me and say, "Hey, let's go watch a game. Let's go watch a game." So at 10 is when he officially started repping the gear. He reps it more than me now, which I love.
That's awesome. Yeah. You've got my oldest nephew he's got a magnet on his car. And what's up, Mike? How's it going, buddy? He's got a magnet on his car, and like he has a flag. They have it on their house.
Oh,
they've got
nice.
the flagpole and has the Dolphins flag. I'm like, man, he might be he might be a bigger fan than I am at this point. So it's awesome to be a part of that. So
yeah, totally. Well, that was a great story, and I love it. I'm even closer to you, which makes this more amazing. So I love it.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, let's get down to the nitty gritty, and let's see some of your treasures and stuff that you love. And if there's a story to it, even better. So
yeah, okay, cool,
brother.
Well, I told you I was nervous when you said, bring some treasures, and it can be anything. So I literally I can turn in any direction and grab. Because I was worried at first, because I was like, I don't really, but then I understood what you meant by that, where it could be, it could be anything that's sentimental, or it can be something that you keep because a certain person gave it to you, or there's a connection there that makes money not an issue. That's not the thing. So I'm going to start out with some comics, and I thought it would be cool if I did just like contest winnings.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
So we all join do these contests trying to win, and it's and I've got like the very first thing that I won.
What's up, Fable?
Well, it's not just what's up, Fable? It's not just comics, but actually I think I started thinking about it. The first contest I won was for Tylox the Mighty, and I got my first and only Funko Pop from Tylox the Mighty. I think he was doing his 100 subscriber giveaway, so it's like a Walmart exclusive of Mr. Sinister. So
love that character.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So I was like, hey, congratulations, you gave me my first Funko Pop. So that's one that I like, because he and I have since become, good friends, and we talk, and I noticed I had not seen him as much. I had not seen him as much lately, and I gave him a call and just to double check, just to check on him. And his schedule had changed, so it's really affected. When you do shows at night and you work nights, that kind of puts a damper on what you can do. So that's one that we've met a couple of times, hung out a couple of times, so it's really been nice to that one means something to me. So appreciate you, Tylox.
Tylox out there. Watch his stuff, dude. It's hilarious.
Yeah, he's
for sure, Rudy. I'll check out your text in a minute. Sorry there.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. So the next one, there 78 points of articulation, who does digital inbound. Two guys who do or two people on Instagram who they take these like really high-end action figures, pose them in these scenes, and then photograph them, and they'll show behind the scenes like how it just really looks cool. And they did a giveaway, and I think this one was an elimination giveaway. So they spun the wheel. If your name was selected, you were eliminated. So it had to be like last man standing actually won. So I never win anything. So that was great for me that, I don't agree with Ricky Bobby that if you're not first, you're last, because sometimes when you're last, you're first.
Yes.
So I actually won. I won this really nice action figure.
Oh wow.
Magneto.
Oh, that's
And
sick.
so it's actually a cloth suit. And you can
Nice.
see how like tight how I mean it perfectly fits on the body and everything. And then you've got all these other
That's amazing.
accessories that go with it. And I was like, I don't know if they expected me to play with it or not. I probably wouldn't play with it just because it's so nice. But yeah, the white suit is just like a really nice cloth costume.
Yeah, no good to living that. That
Yeah,
is awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. So that was my second win, and that was really neat. And I like to do videos of all my spoils, So the next one was a really cool one, and this was for Moonlit. Moonlit did a giveaway, and a fine, upstanding member of the community.
Yes.
She
sub her up. She's throwing some great stuff right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. She's a good one for sure, and very supportive and super nice and very knowledgeable. She's got a sick collection too.
Yes.
So she always shows those the older books and flip. I like that she flips through. While she's showing the book, she'll show the cover and then kind of flip through and let you see the inside too. So. Yeah. So she did a giveaway, and the first winner, it was for a print, and
I remember that. I just remember it just clicked. I go, oh wait, I just remember that.
So Tim Stacy, who was an artist that she had gotten to know and does fantastic work, was giving away a signed print. So he did the drawing, drew a name, and got the signed print. And then he said, you know what, I'm going to give away one more thing. So they ran it again, and I won the second giveaway. So what I won was the Tim Stacy Spider-Man. And this is not a print. This is an original.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, so you can see like he used like an ink wash to shade.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I love that. So I've got I found a frame shop that I want to take this to and get it framed. I thought it would look really cool with get a black frame, but maybe have like a red mat or something.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah, but I was like super excited when I realized this isn't a print, this is an original. So I was really excited about that. So thank you. If you aren't, Tim posts a lot on Instagram and does some fantastic drawing on there. And of course, Moonlit, if you're not subbed to her, I can't imagine anybody in the chat's not subbed to Moonlit.
Yeah, dude, Tim Stacy. I actually bought a print. Have it on the background here. I pulled it to the side because it's always on the side. I still didn't get it framed yet, but he does amazing work. He did the
That is cool. Oh man, that's cool.
Yeah, dude. Follows Tim Stacy. I'll put his information on the bottom. I'll even put Moonlit after the show. Follow them up. They're doing great stuff. She's a great person in the community. Also, always showing love. And with the girls, Q's here too. With Nicole and of course Sheena the Great, and you can't forget Inja. So check them out. They're doing some great stuff there too. But
absolutely,
freaking Tim, that's killer, dude. I knew you won, but I didn't even know which one you won.
Right?
Oh, dude.
So I was super excited about that. That one you got looks awesome. So that was, you basically chose a character and commissioned him to do that for you. So.
Yes, I gave him an option. I go, run with it. I'm going to give you 10 characters. Don't tell me who it is. I want it to be a surprise. I trust your drawing, your skill. I just know how great you are. Go ahead and run with it. And he's like, are you sure? I go, yes. Don't tell me anything. I just mail it. Just say it's in the mail. That's all I want. And oh, dude, I was blown away. I was like, I love his art. I'm going to order another one. I'm going to do a Gambit. And I think I'm going to put that in the background.
Wow. Yeah. Dude, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
He does great work. That's a great piece, brother. I'm jealous.
Thank you very much. And I've always liked Spider-Man, so I was thankful that it was a character I was interested in as well. So the next one is the low grades, with all their antics and just a funny bunch of guys that really work well together, and they just play off each other, and just a lot of fun to watch on Friday nights. But for all the funny, hilarious stuff that they do, they go above and beyond to really try to make an impact in our world, in our communities. And I love that about those guys. So anything that they take the time to back and support and do, so they do all these, raffles and drawings, and 100% of the proceeds go to that specific charity. So they've got a great following of people who donate things. JD, I know you've given some really awesome stuff over the years. So there's a lot of ways to give back. And sometimes it's donating the things that are so appealing to people that they want to give money. So thank you for your involvement in that as well. It's awesome to see. It's awesome to see. It's like that connect, like we were talking about, the connection. We all have comics in common, but then you start digging deeper and you see people that have a passion and a heart for other things. And these guys, a lot of work goes into putting those things on, and they're starting to stack them up. I mean, they see a cause and they're like really anxious to be a part of it. So I'm always, anything they do, I jump in and try to be a part of it, because I know they've done the research and put in a lot of hard work goes into doing that stuff. And to see their faces, like on the show, when, we just got another donation, and Ross is like pumping his fist and everybody's, so excited. They, I commend them for doing such an amazing job. It's not just, it's about the fun stuff, but it's also bigger than the fun stuff, you know, and we can come together and make a difference. So the last one they did was for Benny the Bull. So, J2's beloved dog had passed away, and they wanted to donate some money to for like cancer research specifically for dogs.
Yes.
And so we did that one. So I won. So basically how they do it is they had like 15 or 13 different winners.
I was 15 winners. Yes.
And so the order in which your name was called, you got to pick what you got. So I was the second winner on that one. And so I chose a couple of slabs, because I don't have a lot of slabs. And I also don't have any signed slabs. So these were both signature slabs. This one is Raccoon number 1.
Nice.
This is the Loot Crate exclusive. And this one is signed by Scotty Young right there.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So I was super excited about that. But really cool. Very, very colorful cover there. Trying to not get the glare, but yeah.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, really cool, and signed by Scotty Young. So I was excited about that. And they put on here, let's see, this was signed by Scotty Young on 9/21/2014 at the Rose City Comic Con.
Oh, nice.
Is when that was signed. So excited to have that. But it was actually 2 signed slabs that I won. So this one is Venom Number One. This is a comic exposure exclusive variant. Venom Number One.
Oh, that's
Clayton Crane cover, and it's signed in gold by Clayton Crane right under the Venom name there. So yeah,
that's a beautiful picture. Oh, dude, Crane killed that one.
Yeah, that's a really good one. So those are my first 2 signed slabs. So I was super excited to get that. So anything, if you guys if you guys follow them, make sure you check out, they're actually doing another raffle now for a great cause. And so if you go check them out, and if you can, any amount helps. So whatever you can do, I think the minimum is like $5. So anything you can do to support it and help a great cause, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, they're usually fighting cancer is the pledges they always do. And this one, it goes straight to the children so they can get more research and save some kids. I'm going to pledge also, and I do like donating to these guys. I ran into them, and I got it from Hip Hops and Me, Steve, who introduced me to them. And I've been really close. I was lucky to meet Robert last week. So these guys are really doing great causes. They do fool around. The low grades is just hilarious stuff. So give them a check. And they always donate to cancer research. So they always try to do every different kind of cause to help out people, and they're doing real great stuff. So
yeah.
Well,
and Ross mentioned on Friday that like something like, I might be off on my number, but it was, if it's not 100%, there's something wrong. But he said something like 8% of the amount that you donate actually goes to the charity. On like, if you certain ones, you really have to check that stuff, because you think if you're giving $50, they're getting $50 for cancer research, and that's not the case.
Yes.
So you really have to be careful. So they absolutely take the time to they really take the time to like research and make sure that what we're maximizing the amount that we give, we're maximizing, and it's really going to what it's supposed to go to. So I appreciate that about those guys.
Yeah, I trust them 100%. So anything I donate something to them is a good cause. And Ross is more diligent on doing that than I am. So I told him, anytime there's a cause you're going to do, just let me know and I'll donate. I go, I'm not a rich man. It's not going to be a lot, but just to help you guys out, I'm down to do it. So yeah, dude, follow these guys. They're doing great stuff, especially for the all the cancer research stuff. Ross is on it. So if you want to help out, help out if you can. And if you can't, it's understandable. You could do it by promoting it and just putting it out there for them. So that's a win for them. And I think that's a good thing to do. So Brad, bringing that up, I appreciate it, brother.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I love it. I love that we, it makes me proud as a comic book fan that we can, like, it's not just, it's about the laughs and stuff and the good times, but it's also like, let's channel that into something that makes a difference. So I'm very proud that we have people who are in that, and take the lead on that. What's up, Inja?
What's up, Inja? We were talking about you earlier. To go, everybody check out your show. What else do we got, brother? That's a good start. I'm loving it.
All right, so I'm going to switch it up a little bit here. I told you there's a lot of different things here, so I'm going to go with sports cards.
All right.
Yeah, so I've got some more comics, but I'm going to go with sports cards now.
All right, let's do that. That's cool.
Just to shake things up a little bit. So at different times I've collected, I collected sports cards for a while. I still kind of pick up some stuff every once in a while if I, happen to swing by Walmart or Target or something and see, see some stuff. So I just grabbed like some stuff. Some of this is older stuff and some is, just cool looking cards. So I was looking through to see like what sampling I was going to get. So these are basketball cards. This is a Kevin McHale rookie card. So these are like old school, like really old cards. I mean,
man who's a great player, but I don't like because I'm a Laker fan.
Yeah, and I'm a Celtics fan. So hey, we can't win them all.
We can't win everything.
I know, man. We'll embrace the Dolphins connection. So, but yeah, just super old card, man.
Yeah,
these are like from 81 or something. So, but I just like that old school. I mean, this wasn't throwback then because this is just how they did cards, and they were actually like a cardboard material. Now they're like shiny and fancy and all that stuff. Well, you won't like this one either because this is Larry Bird's his second year.
No, I respect that guy. That guy was amazing.
He man, that's when I grew up, was during that era.
Yeah, me too.
You were either a Lakers or a Celtics fan basically back then. And those guys it meant something to them. I mean, they brawled, they did everything. So this is actually from that same set as Kevin McHale. This just happens to be Larry Bird's second card. So it's kind of neat.
I used to have his rookie card with him, Magic Johnson.
Three panels, yeah.
And Dr. J in the same one. That was
Yeah, and those are so unique because so many kids, it was hard not to tear those apart. They were perforated.
Yes.
So you could tear them apart. And
Mhm.
I mean, there just can't be that many high grade copies out there
I
because
wish I
kids
would have kept that card.
yeah, yeah.
Ah,
So that's a neat one. Another one I grabbed. This is John Stockton's rookie card.
yep.
So I mean, just that dude
87
saw
flare.
the floor like
Yeah.
nobody else. I mean, and him and Karl Malone just had such a connection. And Karl Malone went on to be a Laker. So
Yes.
there's that connection. So, but
That's
he
a great.
was. I saw a funny documentary about team the Dream Team when they
Yes.
first started, and they went over to Barcelona to play, and John Stockton had a video camera, and him and his family were walking around interviewing people, and he said, he said, yeah, I know, man. I know it doesn't make sense because the Dolphins are in the Patriots division. So that it doesn't make it. It doesn't make any sense at all.
That's
But
okay.
yeah, so John Stockton's walking around interviewing people and said, "Hey, have you heard about this dream team?" They're like, "Yeah." They said, "Well, nobody." He was the only guy who could walk around and not get recognized.
Yeah.
Everybody else, like Barkley, was larger than life. Of course, Michael Jordan was larger than life. But to have those guys over there, so it was really neat and just an all around good player. And he only played for the Utah Jazz, so
Yes.
that was really admirable. So
One of
these
the
are just
best
like
passers.
these are just like some random Shaquille O'Neal cards that were just kind of cool.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
another Laker
Yeah.
down the road, but these are just like these real shiny. I have no idea what that thing's worth. This one's kind of neat.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool. That Flare Ultra?
yes,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
the scoring kings, Fleer Ultra scoring kings. So that's from 93-94 season. So I pulled that out of a pack.
Nice.
Yeah, I was buying back then. So yeah, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Especially a Laker there. Once a
He
Laker,
was
always a Laker.
he was lean back then too, man. I mean, look
Yeah.
how thin he was. He was a lean 7-footer. And then this was like this is a cool card here. This is
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So this was his draft card. So in order to get this, there was a set. You got the top 10, which was the lottery set,
Yeah.
the lottery picks from that year. So in order to get that, you had to pull this NBA hoops and find an exchange card that you could send in to get the
Oh,
lottery
nice.
set. So these didn't come in packs. You had to find the exchange card. So it was a little tougher. I mean, they made a lot of stuff back then, but this was always one of my favorites. Always like that.
That is cool.
Right when he came, would have
Yeah.
come on stage and put the hat on and shaking the commissioner's hands and then
Yeah.
got this photo made. So I always like that one.
That's when I stopped collecting. I think the year or two before that, because I remember the David Robinson. You can see through the pack, and the sequence was the same.
Yeah.
So when you saw an All-Star, what's his name? Craig Elo.
Uh-huh.
You knew there was a David Robinson rookie in there.
I know, man. I hated that because that was such a cool. I've got a bunch of those. I say a bunch. I don't know, probably about 5 or 6 of those David Robinsons and a couple that are graded. I've got a mint 9 graded David Robinson rookie, one of those hoops cards. But I remember,
Nice.
man, and it was like in the same spot in the box too, like the bottom left corner all the way at the bottom or something. It was you pull out that whole stack and look, you're like, I just want this one pack.
Yes.
You didn't have to buy a box of them.
I knew that trick, and I was working at a baseball card store under the table because I was only 15. And I told him, and he's like, dude, you're underage. I can't, back then, he's like, I can't have you work. I go, I'll just work for baseball cards, but basketball cards, but let me just work here. And I knew the sequence. And he would open a pack, and I'd be like, hey, can I buy a pack? I take it out of my tab. He's all, yeah, go ahead. And I was pulled out the David Robinson.
So he's wondering why you're hitting
Yes.
on David Robinson's every single time. And that was a hot card, man. I mean, when those came out, that was a hot card because that was his only rookie card.
Yes.
Now you might have, one player might have, multiple companies are creating rookie cards for the same player.
Yeah.
So you might you might have a lot of different, a lot of the same.
You have a good day, Phil. Thanks for stopping by, brother.
Always supportive.
Yes,
like me some Phil. Good people. So I've got I wanted to share some. I got some Jordan cards here.
Oh yeah, you got
Michael Jordan. Some of these are like inserts. This was from Topps, but this one's called In Fuego.
Oh
and
wow.
Like these, yeah, they have like a.
Oh yeah, I see it. That's cool.
This refractive background on it. So I thought those were kind of cool.
Nice.
They did another one that was similar to that. This is profiles. So it's got like that same kind of dimensional, and those are all Jordans, but just thought that was kind of neat. And some of these, man, I mean, Jordan is always going to be a cool card to have. Like Total D, like not only an amazing scorer, but also also a very good defender. So
he was doing both sides.
This one's kind of neat. This was from his '89 All-Star.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
And so this one is actually a sticker. So I don't know how many kids could keep from peeling the sticker, but it says in this bottom corner, bend and peel. So I did not bend and peel. I was like, no, I'm gonna keep that one intact. With a cool picture of Jordan driving to the basket. So
we did have a question from Justin. Let's see some Lamar Jackson rookie cards.
I don't have so Justin is a Lamar Jackson fan, huh?
He is a Baltimore Ravens fan.
All right, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I've got a buddy I work with is a big Ravens fan. He's those Maryland folks are pretty hardcore about Maryland, man. He's got a tattoo with all the things that remind him of Maryland.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, they're hardcore fans. He's a good player, man, for sure.
Yes.
Very
sorry,
good.
Justin. I put the request in for you, but sorry.
I don't have any Lamars, man. I don't have any. I wasn't collecting when he was a rookie, so I would imagine those are pretty tough cards to put your hands on now. So
yeah, totally.
These were kind of cool. These living legend
nice
cards of Michael Jordan. It's just got some some stats on the back there.
I love his face expressions.
Yeah, the tongue wag. You had to do the a lot of these were inserts that were just really cool.
Nice
metallic insert type.
Card. I like that one. That one's cool.
Yeah. And then this one is like I don't know what this is an Upper Deck card, and it's called TV Cell. So this is the front of the card. So this is actually a see-through. It's almost like a negative. Well, it's not a negative, but more like a film cell or something. And it's inside this gold frame, but it's you can actually see through it.
Yeah, I've never seen that one. That's cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of neat. And then all these these other, this is another facial expression, Jam City facial expression.
JP, what's up?
These are super shiny too. Nice. This came in like two versions. So it was this red, and then they also had the harder to find silver.
Wow.
Yeah,
so it's like variant comics, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
And then like this one's called Rock Stars. This was I didn't even realize this was a special card, but it's also a refractor. Like it's got that shiny.
Yeah, I see it.
And I saw a graded, so they make the Rock Stars, and then they have like the Rock Star refractor. It actually says in the bottom corner down here, it's numbered RS for Rockstar number 1, but then if it says refractor over the top, it's harder to find.
Oh, okay.
And like there's graded ones of this card going for over $1,000 on.
Oh, dang.
So I had no idea. I just had it sitting in a box and pulled it out, and like all these are like Kobe Bryant rookies.
Oh, now you're talking my jam right there.
Yeah, so you mentioned like that 3 panel.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, they redid it, and so you can see that they're perforated. You could tear these apart, and that's the same way they did the Magic Johnson and the Larry Bird. But yeah, some of these just to
Sick.
yeah, that's pretty dope. That's that one again. Just collector's choice. This would be like a kind of a pretty basic rookie. Some of these others. That pose is really cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Skybox. That's the hoops.
Oh,
rookie.
that's cool. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I didn't want to get rid of his Fleer rookie. Now this was like an insert. This is the rookie all-star, and it's kind of embossed a little bit, I think.
Yeah, dude, that's amazing.
Yeah. And then probably the best one I have is the Topps, his Topps rookie card. And I had no idea, man. I had these in one of those collectible binders.
Uh-huh.
And I was looking through it and I was like, man, I wonder what these are selling for. And they were like several $100s a piece raw, just like ungraded. So I want to send these in. I sold a couple of them, but I had 5. I want to send these 3 in and get them graded. I don't know what the grade would be, but I think they actually press cards now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So if you have like a little corner or something, you can get the card pressed. And then the last 2 I'll show you you'll really like. This was like playoff absolute. They did like the top quarterbacks.
Oh, nice.
And so you got, of course, Steve Young,
Elway, baby.
John Elway. Where's Swaggy at? Uncanny Swag would be digging on the Elway there. And then on the flip side, yeah, so you got Montana and Marino, and it's got that really cool looking.
Oh, jealous right there, brother. That's a cool one.
Yeah, that one's neat. And then they another insert they did when Dan Marino broke the record for passing yards.
Where's the Brady?
Yeah. Back when he had this record, this was a commemorative card. But man, I wondered. I saw they showed him in the booth at one of the games. I wonder how far he could still throw the ball. I mean, he's probably still got to have
arm. No.
Yeah,
I saw one. He threw it and he bombed it 40 yards, easy.
Yeah,
and
he was awesome. I hate he got a shot at the Super Bowl his first year and then never made it back.
One of the greatest that should have had a Super Bowl. They didn't. Unfortunately, they didn't build they had a great defense, but they didn't have offense, or they had their offense and their defense already was traded away because they couldn't hold them with the money cap, and he never had a running back. That was the main thing. He never had a running back.
It's kind of our problem now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that wouldn't be on other teams on the roster now at that position. So I don't know. I hope Tua's the guy, and I hope it looks like Waddle's definitely the guy.
He's fitting perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
Let him loose though. Let him throw the ball. Don't hold him back. They throw those 10, 15 yarders and hit him on the corner. Let him fly. Waddle can jam.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm hoping. Well, I'm wondering if the problem is that every time he took a 3-step drop, there was already a defensive lineman in his face.
Yes.
So we got to build the offensive line, obviously, too. But you folks in the chat didn't come here to listen to us gab about the.
We'll do that later. We'll do it after the show.
So yeah.
But I have a quick one I wanted to show you. It's kind of fading. I had this.
Oh man, that is cool.
I know you would enjoy it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I won this on I think it was a Dolphin Visa raffle.
Okay.
They put my name in there because I had the Dolphin credit card. I saw it, so I signed up for it, and I had it. And then they said, "Oh, congratulations, you won." So back then, you didn't have spam like they do now. So I was like, "Oh!" I put my name in, my address, and they mailed it to me. So I have a
like now you won. What's your social security number?
yes.
Yeah, like
now if I say, oh, you won 100,000, yeah, I just delete it. But back then I got lucky enough to win that. I was like super stoked.
that's awesome, man. That is really cool. And can you imagine what the odds were? I mean, how many
Oh yeah.
people do you think entered that thing? I mean, it would have been a crazy number.
Yeah, it should be over not more than maybe 5,000 or 6,000 people because you had to have the credit card.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
how many Dolphin fans other than people in Florida are there? I don't think there are that many, far and few. So I was super happy I won. So
that's awesome. That's a good one, man. Heck yeah, that's a good one. I'm glad
no
we got that connection.
No more Dolphin talk for these guys.
Yeah, we'll skip it for now, folks. Sorry.
So you had some comics. Do you want to show off some of your comics, brother?
Sure. Yeah. So I was going through, most of these are books that I gathered along the way when I was a kid. So I've kept these. I would have either traded them at some point, or some of these I maybe bought right off the rack. So these kind of defined my childhood.
Oh yeah,
the Ms. Marvel #1. Now these, I mean, I'm sure I would have read these. This one's, I mean, it's got a couple of little, dog color breaking things, but that's probably, I was looking at this. It's probably a good one to get. I probably need to get this one graded and just preserved. Yeah. But that one, that's one I either bought, right off the newsstand, or traded someone for back in the day.
Dude, I love the old school colors, dude. They just pop. Yeah. I love that one.
Yeah, that's really neat. I kind of felt like I was doing something bad when I got this one. I was like, I don't know, it's got the word Satan on the cover. Because I would have been really young when these came out. An old Iron Fist. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, that's another great one.
Yeah, and that's amazing. I replaced this. I actually bought this book when I was a kid, and I used to love the Micronauts, man. That's one of the things I'm doing now, because I have, some of my videos. I do my new comic book day video. I've started doing that, but I also do like, hey, here's some stuff I bought, and I speculate some, but I also like to read some indie books. There's some titles I actually read, so I'm not just I don't just like buy speculation type books, but all this stuff, like, that's why I've got these boxes packed up. Each one of these is a future video. So I've got to get around to, they are in order, like most recent to, or excuse me, oldest to most recent.
Yes.
So, but I enjoy doing that. I like, I like throwing them up there and see it and getting people involved in the chats, and people, you throw the link out, whoever wants to hop on, it's just a good time.
Yeah. So, that's what I love about your show, dude. It's just chilling and having fun.
That's
why I always watch you, brother.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. I picked up these off the, I bought these on the newsstand. So this is the first Alan Moore, when he first started writing Swamp Thing. And then I've got, this is the first cameo of John Constantine. I don't have the first appearance. That's the one I think, because that came out. So this one is 22. I've got it covered up with the 25, issue 25. So his first full appearance is like 33 or so. It's almost a year later than when this book came out. So I think I had stopped collecting this, and I don't know what it was about this, but the just the colors, and I mean just the layout, just the
it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's just really neat. So so those are kind of cool. Amazing. This was a heartbreaking story. I traded some kid for this book somewhere, back when I was in school, and was just so proud to keep it and still have it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so first appearance of the Abomination in this book. So I was like, okay, I probably need to send this one off and get it graded, and just kind of preserve it. So I said, well, let me thumb through, because it really, I mean, look at you talk about the colors of these old school books, man. That it really presents well, and it's really vibrant and bright.
It just pops, man.
Yeah, and there's
pops.
there's some stuff on the spine and some stuff on the edges and whatnot. But I said, all right, I hate to open it, but I need to really thumb through and check it out. And like,
what's up, Eric?
Like this is the kind of stuff we used to do for entertainment back in the day. You know, get your X-ray specs and stuff. So you don't know how many of these things have coupons cut, or order forms cut out of them. So I was like, all right, I need to make sure this thing is intact. Maybe I'll thumb through and see the sea monkeys for sale or something like that. But yeah, there's actually 2 stories in this. And I got to this part and I was like, oh, good. The first time that the abomination appears, somebody had cut his face out.
Oh no.
So it's I guess that would be labeled as an incomplete. But yeah, because that first panel.
They come out and get the X-rays for Wong.
So I was disappointed to find that, because honestly, I don't know if I ever opened this book when I had it. But at any rate, it's a book I've kept for a long time, and I still love the cover. And I don't know, maybe I'll still get it slabbed, even though it's an incomplete, and just to preserve a memory.
Yes, that's a great thing. So every time you see it, you think of stuff.
Yeah. So here's another.
No.
I know, man. I know. I was like, dang it, because I was actually really excited, because the outside looks. I was like, man, this thing is vibrant, man, for such an old book. But
I love it because it connects you to your childhood, and when you think about it,
yeah.
My first appearance at Cable, which surprisingly is a 9.8, is the one I've had since I was a kid, when my brother showed me a comic shop, because I used to go to 7-Eleven and buy my comics. You know how they had them on the racks?
Yeah.
So he brought me to my first comic shop, and I traded that because I bought a pack, and I got a Venom Spider-Man hologram, and back then it was like $250.
Yeah.
I traded it for comics. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, dude,
that's
I
really
like that.
Cool. Yeah, that's really. So that would have been those old Marvel cards. They actually made a bunch of them, but they've made a huge comeback here recently. Is that what you're talking about? Those old hologram, those chase cards in those
that's
Marvel
what it was.
Cards?
Yeah. And back then it was what, 50 cents a pack?
Yeah, probably something like that.
But back then I was buying 75 cents to $1.25 a comic. So I traded for Cable's first appearance, Gambit's first appearance, Jubilees, and Mr. Sinister.
Wow, dude, you had a good eye for keys back then.
I loved the X-Men. Like that was one of my loves at the beginning of my career of love for comics. It was the X-Men. That's what got me. So I still have those books till this day. I still have them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. But like Mike was saying, those colors, man. I love the old school colors, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this one's kind of got that same
right there.
That same vibrance. Now it's again a lower grade copy. At some point, I'll have to see if I can find Carl Despain on Facebook or something and reach out to him and say, hey man, I got one of your books. But I have no idea who that is. But at some point, yeah, I picked up this.
It's a beautiful cover.
I think even back then I liked Dr. Doom. Now I'm not like free energy into Dr. Doom, but he is one of my favorite villains for sure.
That's so beautiful.
Those are really vibrant. It's really vibrant too, man. Something about maybe they still had lead in the ink or something.
Yeah, maybe.
What it is.
I have problems because I smell them. I used to.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's definitely got a and you talk about smelling books. That made me think of watching Comic Book Man.
Yeah,
watching Comic Book Man, and I've watched that whole series probably half a dozen or so, probably 6 or 8 times all the way through. Anytime it's on Amazon Prime, which it is right now, I'll go through and watch it.
I gotta go check them out.
Yeah, do it, man, because it's crazy what they were selling, because that show would have been 2011, I think.
Yes.
And it's crazy what they were selling books for and buying books for back then. You'll
Mhm.
see like giant size X-Men for ridiculous prices and stuff. And then, you know, you watch it live, then you're like, I can't believe this person's going to pay this much for this book. And now it's worth, you know, 3 to 4 times that. But
I wish I owned a shop.
Yeah.
Imagine you buying them at those prices what they bought them at.
So I think I've mentioned this to you before, but I'll share this story with the chat. So, you know, like a lot of us, we get into books, we phase in and out of hobbies a little bit. So I've done that a good bit over the course of time with comics. And probably about a year ago, my oldest nephew said, "Hey, you know what we should do?" I was like, "What?" Because we enjoy hanging out and stuff. They still think I'm a cool uncle and still like to do stuff with me. So they're like, he said, "Hey, why don't we start collecting comics again?" I was like, "Yeah, that would be cool. Let's do that." So we about a year ago, we started getting into it, and we were talking about, so his youngest brother, so Connor is 28. His youngest brother Ethan is junior. He'll be 20. He's 20 now. He'll be 21 later this year. So they're both in their 20s. We talked about doing like a summer trip together, and we got to talking about, hey, what if we do this and that? I said, man, what if we went to the secret stash on Free Comic Book Day?
Ooh.
Let's take a road trip to New York. We'll stay in Times Square and kind of like go eat some good pizza and visit some sites and stuff. And then on Comic Book Day, we'll drive to the secret stash and do it there at the shop. So we did that. We drove up to New York together from South Carolina, stayed in Times Square together, and just them seeing that for the first time when we were driving across the bridge from New Jersey into New York and seeing the skyline for the first time and seeing all the lights on Broadway and stuff. I mean, it just made me feel so good to experience. The first time they went to New York was with me. So
nice.
It made me feel really good. So we spent that Saturday, you know, we explored a lot and we rode the subway and got to see, you know, New York City rats and in the subway and all that, you know, all this kind of stuff. But we spent that Saturday in the secret stash and met Mike Zapsik was there. He's the shop owner now. So he was actually, or not owner, he's the manager now.
Yeah.
And they've had a section in the back for Tell Him Steve, Dave. So Walt's left and he just does the podcast now. So there's a section in the back where you can go buy like the podcast related items. I went back there and Walt Flanagan was back there. So I got to meet him. So it was really cool to do that. If you haven't seen that show, I mean, there's a lot of these reality shows. There's a you know, an essence, you know, they're somewhat staged. I mean, it's not just they set up who's going to come in and offer to sell what, but it was really cool to meet those guys. If you haven't watched that show, check it out, man. It's really neat just for the guests that they have. I mean, they had the guy who played Chewbacca in Star Wars and Stan Lee's been on a couple of times. Yeah. And, you know, so it's cool to go back. It's very nostalgic and they do, you know, there's a lot of tomfoolery goes on, but they do have a really good time and share some genuine comic knowledge. So I like those guys. Yeah.
So you have an excuse to go back because they have a new shop.
Well, that's they had moved by the time we went, so that's I got to see the new one for the first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little bit longer, and they just reopened a new one because I was like, "Oh, you get to do it again."
Yeah, that's and Red Bank, New Jersey is a really beautiful. It's a really beautiful place, man. It's really nice. It's on the water and stuff. So, a couple more books that I had. That was my. So this is Teen Titans 23. So this is new Wonder Girl. It is really, all that white is really dirty, but I thought that was a really cool looking cover. And some of these, I mean, I got like this one's got a crease that it was folded at some point. And it's got some initials at the bottom, but you know, it's interesting. I don't think you get docked for initials if you were to send it in graded. It's or for like date stamps and stuff.
You do not. That's a beautiful cover, though.
Yeah, this one's kind of neat too.
Oh, dang.
But it's like I've had
Have to
this for a
keep
long
that.
time. I traded somebody for this because I was like, oh wow, this is really neat. So what do you do when the cover's falling off? Well, you just restaple it. Yeah, that's what I did as a kid. Can you believe that? You know, hey, it's coming off. Let's staple it. How about that?
Nice.
Yeah, Q, I'm gonna hit you up if we ever do another visit there. We'll you can tell us a good place to go grab lunch and we'll meet at the stash or something. I found some good
That's
books
cool.
there, man. We had a great time. That was a lot of fun. It's beautiful there. It's really cool, really nice. But yeah, that's what you do when you're a kid and the cover's coming off. That old Red Wolf. I always liked that cover as a kid, and I traded somebody for that. So a while back. And then I had like some old. These are just books. Like I bought these at a comic book shop. Well, some of these I traded, but these are just like old Western books.
Oh, nice.
Old 10 centers. The Lone Rider. This was Ajax Comics.
Never seen
that. No idea, but that was, I guess, their version of the Lone Ranger. This is an old Lone Ranger.
Oh, Lone Ranger, nice.
From the 50s. And there again, man, that vibrant.
Dude, those colors just are so beautiful. Color.
And then a couple of, that was even newer, but man, that's low grade certified right there.
Yeah. Hey, you're ready for the low grades, dude. Right and show that.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful
that's just
book,
a newer gold key. Like, there was a time when superheroes were like real people that had causes that they fought for. No superpowers or anything.
But just the way it's art, like on a page, and it's just so beautiful. And like, I don't know, I just get it when I go see the Mona Lisa. I just stood there for an hour just staring at it.
Yeah,
and, like books like that, anything with just beautiful. I'll go to my filing cabinet and just pull out some old, X-Men or old Spider-Man and just look at it, and it just it takes me to another world.
Yeah, for sure.
So when you're showing me those, man, I'm like, oh wow, that's just beautiful, dude. You have a sick collection, brother.
Thanks, man. Well, I think when I was, I always appreciated things that were older. I guess when I was enamored by the age of comics and that they actually did that, 30 years ago or whatever. So I just kind of like hung on to see. I don't do Archie. I don't collect Archie, but this was a 12 center Archie that I picked up somewhere along the way. I don't even know where I got it from, but
cool.
These old. I thought this was kind of neat.
Oh,
I think I traded. Crazy Cat, Dale Comics. Nice. I love it now when they do yellow covers, like background, these color splashes like that, where it's just a solid yellow in the background. So I was enamored. Yeah, we talk fancy in South Carolina, Phil. We talk fancy down here. So yeah, I always like when they do it now and they have that bright one shade, like just a color splash in the background. An example might be like the current She-Hulk run that they just started up. They did like a purple and they did a yellow, and I always like that. But these, just these old 2-cent 10 center books, this Crazy Cat number 619, like that. Like, I don't know how they even got to that number. And apparently I bought it at a shop or somewhere for $2. So
I bought the first Woody the Pooh Dell comic one.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. It was at one of my shops. I don't think he knew what he had there. And it was like, I have to double check because I bought it for my wife.
Right.
I'm a big Disney fan. So
sure.
Any Disney book that I can find that's old, I'll pick it up.
I showed this one on Instagram, but that's
that's a killer one.
Yeah, kind of neat. Yeah, these we're gonna start seeing a lot more horror stuff. I mean, it's already, you can already kind of see the writings on the wall. They're already starting to bring back a lot of that stuff. And this one I just kept because I thought it was neat. It's basically like this is basically just like a newsprint type.
Yeah, I love your horror books, dude. Those are cool.
This is basically like a newsprint style book, but I think this was from Australia.
Oh, nice.
The Phantom, and it's just like it's really flimsy, like newsprint paper. But I like that just because it was so different from our comics here,
Yeah.
how we collect here. So, just little stuff like that, it's probably doesn't have any value, but I kind of remember the reason I liked this when I got it, whether I traded somebody, I'm like, wow, that was from Australia. When you're a kid and you come across something like that, like it may as well be another planet,
Mm-hmm.
the world wasn't as small, back then the world wasn't as small as it is now. I mean, there was no Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or any of that stuff. So it was cool to have something from a different time. I think that is a Plug cover. I think, yes.
Oh, there you go.
He's right on the
GP, sorry. Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, right on we're signed right on the beaker right there. So that's cool.
Good eye, brother.
Good eye, man. Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, that's just some stuff. I mean, when you said treasures, I was thinking, how about stuff that I've just, it's neat to think that I could, I would have pulled some of those things right off the rack when I saw it. Like I remember like what a big deal this series was. I bought this right off the rack.
Nice.
And I was like, somebody else is worthy. Like there's another Thor. I just thought that was such a big deal when I was a kid. So I wanted to make sure I got that whole series because I was like,
wow,
what's gonna happen? I mean, I bought that whole run just because it was just and I mean, you didn't know then that what an iconic cover it was, but it was a fantastic cover back then, and it's just it's been homaged.
Many times.
Bit. Yeah. So it's just I like the idea that, well, if you shopped at a 7-Eleven, how kids look at books in those racks. I mean, every one of them's got a bend right where the bar is. Yeah. So it's tough to like. I had fairly high standards on, when I would pick through to see if I could get the best copy and everything. So, but people tend to bend those down, so they all had those, those little spine ticks right where that bar is.
Yeah, like I had to rebuy them because of that, but I was really, really picky on how I picked my comics. I don't know why. I didn't think of it. I just wanted not to be like, when you're a little kid, you don't really care, but only comics is the thing I was like, oh, I need to have a good comic. I don't know if it was my brother that put that in my head. He's like, hey, make sure you get it nice and crispy, the corners and everything. So a lot of my books I kept, intact, but like the other ones I just grabbed because I just wanted it. It was the last one and I just wanted to read it. Those are the ones that have the tear, the bend, because the other kids just grab it and throw it right back in there.
Right.
They didn't care, but
well, of course you can lower your standards if it's the last one. If you've got several to pick through, I'd rather have it in a not perfect than not have it. So yeah, that dictates a lot of my decisions too. How many can I sift through?
But that's badass. You had the beta races when it came out. That's amazing.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And I thought about it, I've got like the Amazing Spider-Man 252 that I bought off the rack. It's in a box over here. So a lot of those things, man, it was fun to see. One of the big events that was such a big deal back then, Secret Wars. Like to have, I was, so my background, my job out of college was graphic design. So I was trying to figure out, I always liked to draw when I was younger. And I was trying to figure out, like, what do you do? If you like to draw, you can't possibly just draw for a living. So, you try to figure out what your career path is from that. But a lot of what I liked had to do with my love for drawing. So I appreciated those characters and stuff like that. I would look, so when Secret Wars came out and they had all those characters on the cover together, like I just loved, and I was like, this is a big deal. Like there's something going down here. So, and so many of those books and so many of those covers have gone on to be really important books, but I cherish still having the ones that I picked out myself. And I did the same thing. You know, you go back and try to maybe like beef up the copy, get a little better grade, but always keep that original. That original is going to mean a lot. So
yeah, mine's totally beat up because it was one of the last ones, and then my brother tried to get into comics, but he wasn't like an easy turner, so there are little dings there and little bents there because he just was a rough kid. But I love that book still.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, dude. See, we were chilling here for over an hour already. How fun was this?
Time flies when you're having fun.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun. Hey, I can show you. I showed this on, I think, one of the I think this was on the designated decoys. Shout out to the boys for filling in for Stith when he took a little break at the end of last year, and I was very honored to sit in on a couple of those panels with those guys. But somebody mentioned I'm working on this. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this wall back here.
Okay.
So I've got some shelves and I've got some art, and I would love to hang, get Tim's photo framed, hang, and kind of get, hang some things up. And I figured with the shelves, I could get these, put these slabs up and stuff. So one of the things I wanted to hang, somebody commented, because I used to just have this propped up behind me, and somebody said, well, what is that a picture of behind you? So eons ago, I used to draw a good bit and used to enjoy drawing. So I had this picture of Shaq. I'll back out. It's like 18. Cool. So it's like 18 by 24. So it's a really big and I don't remember. This is kind of like a technique where, so I went to school for graphic design and photorealism. So, of illustration. So this form of illustration is called photorealism.
Yes.
So, yeah. So it's actually taken directly from a photo that I saw, and did. So that's all in like graphite. That's a graphite. That's a pencil drawing that I did. So.
That's sick,
this was done. Yeah, this was done in 1994.
94, nice.
Yeah. So, but you can see the pen. I mean, you can see the pencil in the glare there. Just all to shade those big areas.
Dude.
Yeah.
I used to take art classes when I was thinking I was an artist.
Yeah. So I want to hang. Yeah, I want to hang that up. So how you do it is you basically find your photo, and I took a piece of acrylic, like a sheet, cut it out, and then I used an X-Acto knife and carved this grid. And then when you put the photo behind it, you can kind of see the grid through it. So you basically draw like one square at a time when you do the grid. So you're basically like, that's how you do this photorealistic thing, is you're copying it a square at a time just to get that detail in there. So
dude, I think great work there, brother.
Thank you, man.
That was amazing.
I don't have the time to do that anymore. That was a lot of hours.
Yeah.
That was a long time. I think the first time when I started on that back in 94, I had to work later that afternoon. So I was like, I'm going to try to knock this out. And I was probably started around lunchtime or something. Next thing I know, it's like 4 hours later. I just completely lost track of time and just kind of lost myself in it. I don't have time to lose myself for 4 hours anymore, unfortunately. So I keep thinking like I would love, that's why I kept the acrylic sheet and everything, because I was like, maybe I'll get back into it at some point, but time is grid life, baby. Ooh. Grid life. Maybe I'll get back into it, but I just don't have the time, man. But that's one of the things that led me to the appreciation of a lot of those fantastic covers that I used to see back in the day, was my love for drawing. And a lot of those old books had T-shirt ads in them where they would have a bunch of characters on one page, and I would use those, and I would get my classmates to like pick one and I'll draw it for you.
Oh, nice.
So I would use those sheets as like a little master, hey, you can pick any one of these characters and I'll draw it for you. Kind of like a tattoo book or something, if you go to go to a tattoo shop to get a tattoo. It was kind of like that. So I enjoyed doing that stuff.
Sick, dude. That's badass. But hey, you have a follower who would watch or see you do that. Zen would do it.
That would be. I follow. I mean, a lot of the comic book artists. They do stuff like that. I appreciate that, man. They do stuff like that now, and they'll do like the time lapse, so it's moved a little quicker. And man, it is just so amazing. There's so many good artists out there right now who are just like really fine tuning their craft, and they're still doing it the old school way, man. There's a lot of guys who do it digitally now, but there's still guys who get a pencil and get some paint or get some, ink it the old fashioned way.
Yeah.
We're still doing it that way. So,
but you did a great job, brother. That came out amazing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, let's see. All right. Here's a question. Let me see if the answer. Rudy, if you're still here, brother, type something so I can ask you a question on your text. Oh, let me text him. He wants to do a little giveaway for today. I think it's a trade paperback here, so that's really nice of him to chat here. So if you guys, Rudy, if you're still here, brother, I'm going to text you.
He's there. Awesome. Very cool, Rudy.
Yeah, thank you, brother. It's very kind of you.
And as you said, yes, definitely. Shout out to all service members and their families.
Yes, definitely.
We appreciate it very much.
Without them, we wouldn't be free, right?
Freedom isn't free, man. It's yeah, I'm very appreciative for that.
Okay. Here, he just sent me the answer. So this is a little giveaway from our great brother, Rudy. So whoever types it first is going to win this little trade paperback, which is really cool. Unfortunately, Brad, me and you are disqualified.
Hey, I'll be here and high five the winner, man. That's we'll cheer on the winner. That's fine.
I'm gonna go to the private real quick and give you the answer so you can help me out.
All right.
All right, bear with me, guys. I don't type really fast. All right.
I think did you see what you sent me?
Yes. That's the answer.
Okay. Yeah, I think some of the letters are mixed up, but
oh yeah, I probably did. Oops,
I know what you meant, though.
Well, you know the answer.
I don't. If that's the answer, I'm not sure what the question is. So,
okay, here's a question. Share the screen. No.
I know what you meant, so we'll roll with that.
Okay. DC Walmart pack giveaway. Okay, thank you, Rudy. That's what it is. So here's the question. In the Super Bowl halftime show, who was the lightest skin top performer given by?
So the lightest skin performer in the most recent Super Bowl.
Yes.
Fresh Princess.
There you go. Fresh Princess is the first one. Oh, just
just eked it out.
Yes, just beat out Cole. Congratulations.
and Dave collects. Said he thinks it's Dr. Dre.
Yes.
So
congratulations.
Yeah, that was but the same answer popped up really quick 3 times.
Yes, I saw it too. That's why I needed your help. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, Rudy. Congratulations, Princess.
Yeah. Awesome. Congratulations. So it's a DC Walmart pack. So there's what DC does $4 in theirs?
Yeah, I think there's $3 or $4 in there. So that's cool.
Awesome.
Congratulations. And again, Rudy, thank you, brother. I'll DM you and then Princess DM him so he can have that sent out to you. And then Rudy, let me pay for the shipping at least. I'll send you a Venmo or something for the shipping. Thanks, brother. Congratulations, Dre.
That's awesome.
See, this community, Rudy, dude, you're a sweetheart. And when we meet up, I have something for you. So I need to go down to San Diego and just have some lunch with you one day, and we're gonna fix it up, brother. So you know how much love I have for you.
I loved seeing your photos from what was that 2 weekends ago when you got to hang out with the guys. That was a who's who of comic book YouTube royalty. I mean, there was a lot of heavy hitters when you met up with all those guys and hung out, and that I would encourage everyone, because it's really easy to get into the thing of like, friends online, but I will tell you, nothing beats going out and meeting these people in person after you've gotten to know them online. And if you get a chance, or if you're near anyone that you're friends with online in this community, go grab lunch, man. Go digging together. Go do some things, because it's fun. I was very pleased to be able to meet Tylocks in person. A couple, we hung out a couple of times, and got to meet Nicole.
Yes.
And so it's just and then of course Brian LCS, who is a very fine member of the community, always supportive, always in the chats, and doing a lot for, he's got the awards coming up. So if you're not following him, he does comic book. Basically, it's like the comic book, like YouTube, like the content creators. And so there are certain awards given out. So go follow him if you get a chance. But I've had a chance, in a year, I've had a lot of time to meet some great people. So if I can give you one encouraging thought today, it would be, go get out and meet some of these folks if you can. A lot of fun. Great people.
Definitely. I had a blast. So shout out to Comics on the Edge, Low Grades, Robert, Steve, Hip Hop, Jeff, Geek Driven, Alonzo, Comics and Pops. I got Eric, as Azorus Tiger. I was honored. John, Comics with Kids. When I saw you guys do that, and then I got giddy, and I was super happy because Nicole I've been talking to when she barely started in the scene. I love that girl. She knows I love her family, so I always wanted to tell her that I'm going to meet you guys like you. I'm going to meet you one day. I always want to meet everybody. I'm going to go to New York. I'm going to meet Justin, which is my first buddy that I was really talking to back in the chats on Instagram. Like, that's my brother too. Like, all you guys, I have nothing but love for you guys. And yes, everybody here, you can meet Q. So that's a good opportunity to go meet her. So I encourage it too.
Yeah, that would be cool. It's a lot of fun, and it will exceed your expectations for sure. Because I mean, as good as all these people are online, it's just magnified. It just reinforces what you already know about them. There's a lot of great folks out there, and we've had a good time. I've had the pleasure of meeting people in person twice on 2 occasions now, and I'm relatively new at this. And it's exceeded my expectations both times.
Yeah, I had a blast, and how we connected everybody. It worked perfect. And we had lunch together. We were just talking old days. And you know what? I want to meet like as many people as I can. Like, I know when they did the Baltimore Con, and Justin, all of them, Morbius, like he met Morbius because they live next to each other. But they went to Baltimore, and then JR from, I think he's from Fresno, or I think so. And he went up there. So that's one thing I want to do, is go over there and meet some of the guys over there. So if you can make it down there, if I be able to make it, dude, Brad, I would love to hang out with you, brother.
Yeah, we definitely we will at some point. I've threatened this to many people many times, but I will meet you guys. We'll do, wouldn't it be cool if like our tight-knit group, because the comic community is fairly big, and everybody, there's these, these variants almost. It's almost like the multiverse, there's branches off of the general comic book tree. And it'd be cool if our branch, like, hey, let's go to a con and we'll tailgate in the parking lot and grill burgers and go dig for books and, like a football game, man. We'll do it like, throw it back like that and have a good time. Because I don't doubt, man, we would all have a blast if we did that. But yes, we will. Hey, man, let's do it one better. Let's meet for a Dolphins game sometime.
Dude, I'm down.
That would be
That'd
freaking
be awesome.
dude.
I would totally do that.
God, that would be great. So
we gotta meet. I'll travel to you around there. I'm totally down because I've been to Philadelphia. I've been to St. Louis when the Rams were there. I went to San Diego. I went to San Francisco. So yeah, you pick wherever you want to go, and I'm down to go check them out.
I've only seen them once, so hopefully the next time I see them, they'll be a lot better than the first time I see them. But yeah, that would be a lot of fun, man. And I meant to shout out. I think probably at some point my mom probably hopped in here to watch this. I sent her the link, so I was joking with her the last time she watched my when I was on a video. She was like, I said, well, what's your screen name? I'll shout you out in the chat. And she was like, oh, I don't have a screen name. She not, technology. She can pull. I sent her the link directly to this, so it was easy to access. So shout out to my mom if you're lurking back there. Thanks for the support and everything. So JD is good people, and he's a Dolphins fan. So.
Oh, shout out to your mom if she watches the replay. Thanks for watching and showing support to your son. Yeah. No, but I had a blast. Everybody, thanks for chilling with us. Getting to know this guy right here is even better. I hope you guys love him and give him a sub up. He does great stuff, and he's a sweetheart. You know why? Because he's a Dolphins fan for number one, but he's just a great guy.
Thank
Brad,
you, man.
Thank you, brother.
Takes one to know one. I'll say that. You're always supportive, man, and your attitude is always you're always very uplifting and very supportive and laughing and got a good attitude. So I appreciate you, man.
Thanks, brother.
You shine a light that's maybe not a Q light, but maybe a step down from Q. But your smile is infectious as well, man. We appreciate all you do as well. Thanks for the support and everything. You're awesome.
No, thank you guys. Man, without us, helping each other, we have nothing. So thank you, community. We went over the hour mark, which is amazing because I was having such a great time, and these things are just flying by too fast. Everybody, shout out to your mom, brother, and I got nothing but love for you, Rudy, and hold your head up, brother. I'm here whenever you need me. Anybody who loses their mom knows it's one of the hardest things. So, Rudy, prayers to you, brother, and keep your head up. She's in a good place. So that being said, we're going to roll out of here. Again, thank you to everybody. I had a great time. Brad, keep your stuff going. Throw those live things. I'm going to be following all the time, brother.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you, chat. Y'all are awesome. We appreciate it. But thank you for having me, man. Yep. Y'all take care.